Next. Looking for, I'll just take the first 7 or 6 I get. Although I might not get any 6s. Oh, I'm just getting the same 2 back and forth. Okay. How to do it? I said the first 6. 2 different things, huh? I'm gonna open a window, there's a storm coming through. Okay. I do think I understand. So, I need like a string result. I don't know if I can define why yet, but I think we're going to need a temp to mess around with and a result. And I'm just going to make this stupid complicated, but maybe we need the odd string and the even string. It should be working. I think this way we just loop once through the text, and then the result can be here. Yes, I think this will work fine. And yeah. Okay, so it's just for int I equals 0, I is less than text.length, I plus plus. So what are we doing with the text? So if the index of I is, keep it simple for start, so if the index is odd, so if I modulo 2 equals does not equal 0, what we're going to do is odd concatenate the text dot character at that index, and then just else even concatenate text dot character at I. Yeah, so what we're going to do, let's just do this now. I'm not sure what the logic is going to say yet, but this all needs to be inside of a while loop. So while something that I'm going to define in a moment here, I'm not sure yet. What? While something do all this, and I already know I'm going to need to reset odd to an empty string and even to an empty string. So I need to build result. So we do it down here. So result plus equals odd plus even. And if my while function was met here, wait, is this inside the for loop? It is. I don't need it inside the for loop. Need it inside this. Okay, this is ugly. Okay, now it's outside the for loop. That would happen at the very end. And then if we're breaking, we would break, and I'd come down here, and I'd return result, but we're not breaking. We need to repeat this n times. So, we'll just, to keep it simple, we'll just do int counter equals 0, while counter is less than n. So the blah 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 blah, counter gets incremented here, counter plus plus. So if we just want to do this one time, counter 0, blah blah blah, we do all this, result, counter gets added to 1, and then we don't repeat. Okay, so that's good. The problem is anything more than one loop is not going to work with this current logic. So this is fine to stay the same, but we maybe do need a temporary string. Let me think about this. I think we do. Let me do this. Let me put type rather than think. I think right now. Empty temp string is empty. So no, temp string needs to start out as text. Yeah? And then odd plus equal character at temp. Okay. Just for clarity's sake, let's just do like that too. And then blah, blah, blah. So temp is the original input, index through, separate it. Result plus equals odd even. And then temp needs to equal result. And then actually I need, so this is what's going on with it. And then I need to reset result here. I was trying to figure out where I need to reset result. So reset result there, and then yes, this all makes sense. Typical result, counter plus 1. Okay. I'm making things too complicated. Let's see how we look with the first half of the program. While counter. Oh, yeah, duh. So put this up here. Oh, okay, that's another line. Wait a second, that's outside. Oh, that's the issue. Okay. Yeah. That should be correct now. Yes. Yeah, no, that actually exists. I need to see this in full screen. Okay. I think that fixed that problem. I need to see what's going on with this. This is not output line. We're going to have things. What's around text? And we're around result. And we're going to output. And let's see like that kind of thing. Good. Well, let me even see this. Okay. It's all doing it. Why are they returning an empty? Why would result be empty? Okay, okay, I just need to suck up my pride and ask what the difference is. Let's go. Oh, if. Oh, God. I don't know. How's it going? Once again. No equal. No ID. But in it, right? What's that? Okay, that's good. It's hanging with 0. Okay. Okay. So encrypt is 0. Right. So if it never ran. Otherwise temp, yeah, would just return that. So get rid of that. Okay. Okay. let's move on to this, decryption. And then I'll worry about if that was part of the test or not. Right. We are not doing the same process as the encryption. We need to decrypt this, right? So we're going to take this and this. So we're going to take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1. So we need to work with the length of the string. So if the length is here 6, divided by 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, correct. And then if the length of 5 divided by 2 is 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. So it doesn't matter, it's just length divided by 2, right? Let's do this. We'll say int slice equals encrypted text dot length divided by 2. Okay, so if my length is 5, we're slicing it 2, which makes sense, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if my length is 6, we're slicing at 3, index 3, 3, 4, 5. So that just gets me into the slice that I need. And then let's do this for int I equals 0, I is less than, what should I be less than? Encrypted text dot size, yeah, dot length. I plus plus. So what we'll do yes, we're getting somewhere. So how I'll do this is I really just want an odd and even, right? Let's put it up here. String odd is empty, string even is empty. Right? And then if we're greater than or equal to the slice, this is a weird way to do it, but it should work. So if encrypted text dot character at I, if that is less than, no, that's greater than or equal to the slice, then we know that that is going into the even index string holder. Even plus equals, oh my god, this is a lot of typing, text dot character at I. Right. If the character is greater than the slice, else the odd holder is going to get that. Yeah. So this just goes through all the text and gets the even and odd. And now I need to combine them. So what I'll do, what's the easiest way to combine these? We'll need a result. So let's do it like this. Yeah, this is gonna be stupid, but for int I equals 0, I is less than odd length. Oh my god. I plus plus, right? And now we're going to start building result. Result plus equals. And we want the even first. So we'll do even at I. Even dot character at I plus odd dot character at I. Even odd, yes. And then we need to do one final step. If even dot length is greater than odd dot length, yes. No, not like this. Greater than odd dot length. Then, just as a final little thing, we need to add if length is 4, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. We just need the last character from even, so that would be even dot character at even dot length minus 1. And that plugs in the last thing for even. What is that going to? Was that all in that for loop? What the fuck? Oh, okay. What does that go to? No. Okay. So we're almost there, and we're gonna need another while counter. Can I tab everything? Yes. While counter is less than in. Yeah? We're gonna do everything in this loop. Okay. Just like up here. And we'll need to reset odd and even. I don't even know if I need to think. I think I've already solved the logic above. Let's just do this without even thinking. Right, all that. And we'll do the same exact thing I did up here. String temp equals encrypted text, right? And then blah, 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 all that. There's where I'm building it, right? And then temp needs to equal result, counter, plus plus. And I should do temp here, temp there, right? Maybe it would all be simpler if I turn all this into temp. Doesn't change anything. If temp character at I. No, wait a second. If I is greater than the slice. If I is greater than the slice. Yeah. Yep. Simplifies that a lot. Even odd for odd length. Yes. temp, what did you go to? You go to all that. Fuck. Okay, let's send it. Huh. Oh yeah, here. If in does that fix that? What's going on? Fuck. Okay, what is going on? In the decryption. So the first thing we're doing is just building the even and odd index substrings, right? So for int I equals 0, I is less than temp.length, yes, I plus plus, if I is greater than or equal to slice. Slice exists, I formed it up here. Slice is a number just to represent which substring this character belongs to. If we're greater than or equal to the slice, then that's part of the even subset. Even plus equals temp, which equals the text, dot character at I. Else odd plus equal temp dot character at I. Why is everything getting turned into numbers? Is that what's happening? For int I equals 0, I is less than odd length, because if any if any of the substrings, even or odd, is going to be smaller than the other, it will be the odd substring. So we don't want to out of bounds index, so we're doing it like this. Result plus equals even dot character at I plus odd dot character at I. You know what? I've given up. Let's just see. Let's just see. Yes. And this is, and okay, I've only read a little bit of that, but enough to see my problem is here, which I was just looking at. I think I'm doing a terrible job of speaking out loud, but I was wondering if this is somehow giving me I wonder if it will be as simple as result plus equals. That way it's not trying to add those two things together, right? Oh my god. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, that's the only thing I use ChatGPT for. Well, let me just make sure it actually works. Okay. Here's what I used. What did I do? I did paste. Oh yeah, so on the initial encryption, I had a weird thing returning result versus temp, which I understand now. I was returning result, which I set to be an empty string, and if in was 0, this never ran, so I was returning an empty string, which made no sense. I was supposed to return the original text, which is why temp does work, because temp does equal the original text from the get-go. So if we don't do any of this, then I just return the original text. And then I used ChatGPT just now, and I pasted the whole code because and yeah, so I just needed a nudge in the right direction, which was here. That I was doing something weird with ASCII math. And my first intuition was to separate those, and that did work. Okay. Submit.